Hello and welcome to Tricks of the Astray channel. Today is the 21st of February 2017 and today's video is about Ann Kenya Moore. If you've ever watched the show called The Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? Now, they should have named that show really The Real Trannies and Real Housewives of Atlanta. That should have been the name of the show. And it's funny, how, in order, like what I always tell people is that if you have to be deceived, right? Someone cannot just tell you a straight out lie. You will know that it's a lie from the get-go, all right? When you have to be deceived, you have to give some semblance of truth and then mix it up with the lies. So in broadcasting, maybe you've watched the news all the time. There's what they call leading and pacing. All right. So what happens is like you pace the audience. You connect with the audience on something they can't deny. So let's say, for example, this is how to pace someone, right? You tell them the sun is shining. The sun shines every day by noon. That's the truth. And anybody can relate to that. Anybody can go out at noon and know that the sun's shining. So no one's going to doubt you, all right? Now, you could say that the grass is usually green. And somebody, all right, is going to believe you because the grass is usually green, all right? Both those two statements I made is what they call pacing. Now, they throw in the lie. So now, because you believe the first two statements, you automatically believe the lie as well. So after the broadcaster says those two statements, he now tells you, right, that something like he would say something like Donald Trump, right, is Arabian. Now, because you believe the two stories that you heard before in him pacing you, you automatically believe the last one, right? So that's how lies usually work. Let's say, for example, let's take something up from the Bible because it's one of my favorite books, okay? The King James Bible, actually. Now, God told Eve, do not eat of the tree, of the fruit, or the tree. Don't eat of the fruit of the tree of the good and evil, of good and evil. Don't eat of the fruit of that tree which is good and evil. All right. In the day he told Adam, he told Adam, do not eat of the tree of the good of the tree. Sorry, I'm getting my words confused. Pardon me. Right. What I'm saying is this: he told Adam, do not eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. All right. In the day you eat of it, you will die. Now, the devil, Satan, met, Eve. People are always thinking that because the word serpent means a snake in the Bible. So, when you go to churches, and especially with the churches being led by the Vatican, they've confused that story. So now you see a snake dangling on a tree. No, Satan is a person. He's a person just like any human being you would see. He has ears, he has two eyes, he has a mouth, he walks like a man and talks like a man. All right? That was his appearance in the Garden of Eden. Don't get it twisted with the scriptures. Serpent is not the same word as a snake, because that word is interpreted from the root word of the Hebrew Bible, which is nakash. Nakash just means bright, shining one, right? That's what it means, and it's an appearance. As an adjective, it means to be a deceiver. You can look that up. So when he met, right, Eve, he now told him, here's how the lie is constructed from a lead and a pace. Has God told you that you shall not eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? So in there's a semblance of truth, right? But here is the lie that comes in. God told him, you shall die. He told Adam, you should die. And Satan said to Eve, in the day you eat of it, your eyes will become open. You'll have knowledge. You be like a god. Is what that's been told to humanity every single day. That you shall become like gods and be like one. The only God we have is the one who created heaven and earth. That's it. All right? Besides that, we can be God. We only look like God in his likeness. That means if you were to see God today, he would look like a human being. The only difference is that his flesh, his body is not made of, it does not have blood running through it like we do. Okay? He doesn't have blood in his veins. Does it make sense? So now let's get back to the subject of what we're talking about. So what I'm trying to show you, like I always say in all my videos, I'm not against anybody being transgender, right? I'm not against you being homosexual. I can judge you for that. That's a choice you made. God gave every single human being in this world the choice, the right to mess your life up, right? You can do what you like. He remains the judge. I can't judge you, right? Does it make sense? So now another thing that I want to talk about is, like I've always said, that it's the Vatican who runs everything. And people, when they come to grasp with the truth of this, it's kind of mind-boggling. But I just want to let you know that evil is so organized. If you can fathom that there is a God, and you can fathom that this person made the whole world, everything you see in it, all right? The sea, the sun, the moon, the stars, the earth, the insects that you find, the microorganisms, virus, all these things came from him. If you can fathom that for a moment and look at the complexity of nature and life and how everything is organized and in its spot, if you can fathom that, because sometimes it's difficult to fathom, you can bring your mind can't comprehend. If you can fathom that for a minute, then in the same way you can fathom how evil is organized and how great it is, how it is in every single thing around you, just like the way you see life and nature. That's how evil is. So with saying that, I don't want to, I just like, giving a brief history and some knowledge, because like I said, my channel, our channel is dedicated to educating you, not indoctrination. Is a difference. What we're taught in schools is indoctrination. They tell you just repeat what I say and believe that it's true. Don't question it. We can give room for some stupid questions, but don't ask any logical, correct questions. Otherwise, you become a heretic. All right? That's indoctrination. Education is actually training your mind, showing you how to think and what you should think and how you should process things, right? So that's what my channel is dedicated to. So when we bring up somebody or tell you something, we show you facts with proof so you can read for your own self and see and be educated. So like I said, if it's your first time on watching our channel or watching this video, I recommend that you look for the prime video on this channel and watch that. I also recommend that you watch the Zayn Malik video and you also watch the Marilyn Monroe video. I also recommend that you look for a document that's attached to every video we make. So when you go on YouTube and you look at the screen, you're going to see someplace, you're going to reduce the screen and it will say below that screen, it will show before the comment area, it will say show more. Click on that and there will be a link. Click on that link. It will take you to a document that will show you. You can download and store it, read it. It's a document that will show you the visual differences between male and female, okay? So you can't be deceived anymore. Like I said, you can't trust anybody on TV. Once you see anybody on TV, mainstream media, you can't trust him. He's not working in your own best interest. If you see me on TV, hell no, don't watch it no more, okay? Don't watch or listen to this channel anymore. Know that I've been vetted and I've been bought. So one of the things like I'm trying to say is, like, we're not against transgenders, but we're again against the mental control, right, of taking children, organized system put in place that takes children at a young age. And before these children can reach the age of being able to make a choice for themselves on how they want to live or which gender they want to be in, whether it's their birth gender or something else, right? These children are taken, castrated, mutilated, fed hormones, and forced to live in another gender. Slavery, taking your choice away. That's what slavery is. Taking the choice that you would make on your own, of your own free will, or forcing you to make it, the wrong choices, forcing you to make a decision based on force or being biased, being force fed some nonsense or some horse or what we call horse dung. All right. So here we try to show you the deception that's all around you. All right. And like I always said, if you've been wondering why people always tend to say, wonder, like, you know, it's just because, like I said, what they this man and this slap on some titties, like you see here, right? Sorry for the word. This slap on some breasts, all right? And all of a sudden, you think you're looking at females. So you go off the fact, so you can't really find the homosexuals when you're looking for them, but they're right in your face every day. Okay? Now let's start and show you so you can see that this show should have actually been called The Real Trannies and the Real Hollywoods of House. Looked at the rest yet, but this for a fact. All right? Now, here is Kenya Moore. All right? As you can see, they set this thing up with a pretty face and long hair. So a dude looking at this right, oh my goodness, she's a gorgeous looking woman. Oh, yeah, you're going to be looking like that. Oh, damn, I wish I could fall in love with Kenya Moore. But like they say, it's all in the details. So let's get it on. Now, as you can see right here, Kenya Moore has a straight back. Right? Can you see that? See how the back curves is a straight back? And see, like I always say, if you've never watched any of her videos, right? I'll just give you a little, like, you know, show you a little stuff so you can understand what I'm saying. Males have straight backs. The back goes straight down from the neck right into the pelvis. Females have an arch in their back. It's going to be shaped like an S. It's going to start dipping below the shoulders here and start dipping until when it comes close to the navel, then it starts going out right into the pelvis. Now, the reason for the S-shaped back, if you never know, is because one, a female is supposed to bear children. So the back has to have an arch, extra support, so that she can carry the weight of pregnancy and not tilt over. All right? And a female's shoulders are usually narrower. They're much more into her body, not spread out like a man's shoulder. So because of that, those two things, it causes the female's back to have an arch. So you see less back when you're looking at the side, right? From a female. With a man, you'll see more back, and the back is straight up and down. It goes straight into the spine. All right? It's more like if a man wants to arch, he's going to arch outwards. A female's back is going to be in the opposite, arch inwards. Does it make sense? Because of the weight of the shoulders that a man has. All right? Does it make sense now? So now let me show you something now. If you've never watched any of the videos, let me just show you a picture so you can relate to that. All right? Now, this is a picture of a female back and a male back. As you can see straight down here, below the elbow, just below the shoulders, the back starts to dip, right? It goes straight inside, right? And just when it gets to the navel, below the navel, all right, it starts coming out and arches into her butt area. With a man, the back goes straight up and down, right into his pelvis. Can you see that? Right, let me show you some more pictures so you can understand what I'm talking about. When a female, anyway, when a female bends down or whatever, there's always going to be an arch in that back. Can you see that? Some more pictures so you can understand. See that? There's an arch in that back. And that's Uma Thurman right there. Okay? Let's go further. Show you what I'm talking about, right? Show you some more glaring pictures that you can see. Now, like I said, this document is attached to the video, so you can download, study, read it. See that arch right from the side now? With a female, the back's gonna go in, arch inside, right? Below the elbows, it starts dipping. When it gets close to the navel, it starts coming out into an S shape. Can you see that? Can you see that too here as well? All right, let me show you what I mean. See the arch in that back as it goes down? Below the shoulders, it starts dipping, and then right as it goes, keeps going. Then from the navel, it starts coming down into a pelvis, the back of the pelvis, right? It doesn't matter if the female's got muscles. You have to see this arch. Can you see that? That S-shaped arch in the back? Look at it here again. Can you see that? Now with a male, like I said, it turns out this way. Okay? Now let's compare that to the picture that you just seen of Kenya Moore. All right? Can you see that? Is in the same shape as you see the man's back. Show you again. All right? Let's see if I can make this smaller so we can do a comparison. All right? So you're not confused anyway, okay? Can you see that? This arch comes in straight down to the pelvis. Can you see that as well? And you see more back width from the side. Can you see that over here too? Looking at my mouse? Can you see that? All right. Let me show you one more picture, right? See that? Different. See, it arches outside if it wants to arch at all. It doesn't arch inside. See that? Straight back. Straight up and down. Straight. Can you see that? All right. So let's go further with Kenya Moore. It's still the same picture, but from a different side view. Can you see the straightness in the back? All right. Can you see that? That's a man's back. All right. Forget about the pretty face and the fake titties, cause I'm sorry, I shouldn't use that word anymore. I apologize. Forget about the beautiful face and the fake breast, okay? It's not a man, it's not a female you're looking at, it's a man. All right? Some more pictures. See the straight back? Now, from this picture, just like I'm watching by looking at this pose, I can see that she's got heels, all right? That she's wearing heels, all right? Because what happens is when a man or a woman wears heels, it puts more stress on your back because your back is now going to be, the heels are angled at a different level. So it's going to put more stress on your back and you're going to arch your back, right? A little bit. So that's the reason why you see, but it's still straight up and down. You're looking at a male here, all right? With a pretty face and some fake breast, right? I mean, it doesn't cost anything to put breast on a man nowadays. And one of the things that I did find out, which is really harrowing, is like when a female does, or man or whatever does a butt implant, because you can do it through the Brazilian butt lift. It takes 3 weeks. You can't sit on your butt for 3 weeks. Can you imagine that? I mean, can you imagine what people can do to themselves? It's harrowing. You don't sit on your butt for 3 weeks. Now look at that back again right here. It's straight up and down. That's a male's back. And you see more back and width from the side. Does it make sense now that you're looking at a male? Okay, let's go further. Look at that straight back again. Up and down. Straight into the pelvis. And see how the butt hangs real low? Because that's how man's butt hangs. That's how a man's butt hangs. Hangs real low. A female butt starts way further up towards the pelvis, through where the curve starts to come out, and it's more sloping, right? It's not stacked in at the bottom. You're looking at a male. Okay, more pictures. See that straight back again now? More back from the side. Forget about the pretty face and clothes and the divish behavior. You're looking at a male. Can you see that? Straight back. Down into the pelvis. The butt's fake. We all know that just by looking. All right? Let's keep going further. See the straight back again. See the butt hanging real low. And I mean, if you're homosexual, I can see how can this be attractive to you. Or you're deceived and you could say, oh man, I'm looking at a chick. No, you're looking at a straight up dude. That's why you can't trust the people you see on TV. See the straight back? Right? Kenya Moore was a genetically born male. Right? And see how flat the tummy is. A female's tummy tends to curve from the side and curve upwards and curves downward into the pelvis. You're looking at a male. All right? Now, see, this is how they deceive you. Like, you know, you pick up a magazine. I mean, they're everywhere. Now, I don't have a problem with someone being transgender. There's somebody called Amaya Scott. He says he was transgender, and he's proud to say so. I was born male, but I'm now female. But these people hiding behind Hollywood and deceiving you, it's a horrible thing. I mean, if she came out and said I'm transgender, I wouldn't have no problem. I would just accept you. That is God. God judges you, not me. I may not dig the lifestyle. I may not, you know, but I got nothing to do about it. I mean, that's you. That's on you, right? Look at what they're even saying on the magazine. Former Miss USA. You can see how organized, when I'm saying evil is so organized. Former Miss USA, Kenya Moore. Do you want more? And you say, hell yes. Right? If you're homosexual, that's your thing. It's not my stuff. Right? Can you look at the straight back? Go straight down into the pelvis. When a female, doesn't matter if it's female stands or moves or what or bends, you're gonna see that curve. You're gonna see that arch in the back. And you're gonna know you're looking at a female. Right? Female have curves. From the side, they have that S-shaped. When you look from the front or the back, you got that hourglass figure. Some females may have, wider shoulders, much more wider than their hips, but the skeletal structure never changes. That skeletal structure of the S-shaped back and the pelvis, the pubic arch in the pelvis being wider than a man, is always going to be there. The hourglass figure, the Q angle, is still going to show because of the skeletal structure. The skeletal structures remain the same because these are stamped on the body when an egg is fertilized by a sperm in the womb. All right. Now let's go further. All right. Now this is what I'm trying to show you, that when you keep asking, okay, who are the homosexuals in here? All right. This is Matt. I can't really remember his name. He's Matt something. All right. He was dating Kenya Moore. All right. Let me see if I can get the name, because I want you to get this. All right. I want to give you facts. All right. So let's see if I can get the name. Kenya Moore and Matt. Let's see what the name comes up. Matt Jordan. That's his name, right? Matt Jordan. So that's the guy. So so on TV, when they say who are the homosexuals in TV, there's a lot of homosexuality in Hollywood, and you can't seem to make up the mind. It's because they take a dude like Kenya Moore over here, paint it up with makeup, slap some breasts on it, put some hips on it, and you think it's female. So you can't know who's who. So a good old dude here, Matt Hardy, I got nothing against him. That's what he's like. That's what you like. I mean, that's you. It's God that judges you, not me. But for the mere fact that you're trying to deceive people by telling them that you're not when you are, does it make sense? So let's go further. So if you're ever wondering whether, like I said, the show should have been The Real Trannies of Hollywood and The Real Housewives of Hollywood. So with that, we come to the end of the show, end of the video. So subscribe and stay tuned and download the documents, right? And watch the videos that I did recommend, the Primer video, the Zayn Malik video, and the Marilyn Monroe video on this channel. All right. Thank you and bye-bye.